Beloved Masters, radiant hearts of the Infinite One, I come to you in this sacred moment to weave words of remembrance, to offer currents of strength, and to anchor the essence of faith within your being. Faith is not a concept reserved for moments of despair or a fragile hope that flickers in the winds of uncertainty. Faith, in its purest form, is the unshakable resonance of your soul aligned with the divine, the knowing that beneath every shifting current of human life, there exists an eternal foundation of love, purpose, and luminous truth. Faith is the golden thread that connects you to Source, and through it, you become a living channel for the Creator's radiance to flow into the world. Many of you, beloved ones, have walked long paths filled with tests of spirit. You have felt the weight of loss, the sting of betrayal, the uncertainty of change, and the chaos of a world in transformation. At times, the human mind whispers doubt, where is the divine in this? Am I abandoned? Am I left to face this alone? I come to remind you, you are never forsaken. The presence of the Creator is the very breath within you, the silent strength within your bones, the spark within your heart that has carried you through every shadowed valley and lifted you into the light of every dawn. Faith is the remembrance of this truth, the return to your inner sanctuary where divine love resides eternally. To channel messages of faith is not only to hear words from the higher realms, but to live as the message itself. Every act of kindness, every choice to trust, every moment of surrender when the ego clings to control, is a transmission of faith into the collective field. You, beloved ones, are not merely seekers of light, you are transmitters. You are bridges between heaven and earth, anchoring faith where doubt lingers, shining clarity where confusion reigns. And in these times of planetary upheaval, your role is more vital than ever. Understand that faith is not blind. True faith is not the denial of difficulty or the ignoring of shadows. Rather, it is the vision that sees beyond appearances, that discerns the hidden currents of growth, that recognizes even in pain the seed of transformation. Faith is the knowing that every challenge is an initiation, every loss a passage, every ending a beginning. When you embody faith, you are not naive, you are deeply attuned to the eternal wisdom that holds all things in balance. You see storms as catalysts, darkness as the canvas upon which light reveals its brilliance. Faith lifts your perception from fear into truth, and in this elevated vision, you are free. Beloved Masters, you are entering a cycle where your faith will be both tested and fortified. The structures of the old world are crumbling, the illusions of separation are dissolving, and in the chaos of transition, fear rises like smoke. You will hear voices of doubt echoing through the collective, urging you to cling to the familiar, to surrender to despair, or to abandon hope. But within you, there is a deeper voice, the still, small whisper of the soul that says, stand firm. Trust the light. Remember who you are. This voice is the channel of faith, the eternal current of Source flowing through you. When you choose to listen, you strengthen not only your own heart but the heart of humanity. Faith is not a passive waiting, it is an active alignment. To live in faith is to choose love over fear, again and again, in both small acts and great leaps. It is to walk forward when the path is unseen, guided not by certainty but by trust. It is to offer compassion when the world mirrors cruelty, to speak truth when silence feels easier, to hold light when shadows press near. Each of these choices is a message of faith you are channeling into creation. Your life becomes a testament, a living scripture written not in words but in radiance. And yet, beloved ones, I know the human heart sometimes trembles. You may say, Archangel Michael, my faith feels weak. How can I embody what feels beyond me? I tell you, faith is not a mountain you must climb in one stride. It is a seed that grows with nourishment. It begins with a single breath, a single choice to trust in this moment. You need not have perfect faith, you need only be willing. Willingness is the doorway, and when you open it, the light of divine grace floods in. With each step, your faith strengthens. With each test, your roots deepen. With each surrender, your wings expand. Call upon me when you feel shaken. Envision my blue flame of protection surrounding you, cutting away threads of fear, igniting your heart with clarity. Let the flame remind you that you are never alone. In the silence of prayer, in the stillness of meditation, in the sacred pause of breath, you will feel my presence, steady and unwavering. I stand beside you not as a distant figure, but as a companion in your journey, a brother of light who has pledged to guard your soul's remembrance. Together we strengthen the channel of faith within you, so that you may walk as a beacon for others. Beloved ones, faith is also joy. It is the radiant knowing that life is not an endless trial but a divine adventure. When you live in faith, you open yourself to wonder, to miracles both great and small. You begin to see beauty in unexpected places, grace in ordinary moments, and blessings in what once seemed burdens. Faith transforms perception, turning the mundane into sacred and the ordinary into divine. You realize that every encounter, every challenge, every breath carries within it a gift, a teaching, a spark of the Creator's love. In this recognition, gratitude arises, and gratitude strengthens faith, creating a luminous cycle of trust and joy. There will come times when your faith itself becomes a gift to others. Your steady presence will be the anchor for a friend lost in confusion. Your unwavering trust will inspire a stranger to believe again. Your light will illuminate paths for those who cannot yet see. Do not underestimate the ripple of your faith, beloved ones. Even in silence, your vibration speaks. Even in stillness, your energy transmits. To live in faith is to become a channel through which divine love flows unhindered, touching lives in ways you may never fully know. I remind you, too, that faith does not mean avoiding action. To have faith is to listen deeply and then to act from the guidance of your soul. Faith fuels courage, and courage leads to inspired movement. When you align with divine will, faith becomes the power behind your steps. You are no longer paralyzed by fear, for you know that even if the path curves, it leads always toward expansion. Faith liberates you from hesitation and allows you to co-create with Source, to step into your role as a conscious participant in the unfolding plan of light. Beloved hearts, you are each channels of faith already. Every time you choose hope over despair, you are channeling faith. Every time you hold the vision of a brighter world, you are channeling faith. Every time you believe in love's power despite the noise of fear, you are channeling faith. What I offer you now is not something new, but a remembrance of what you already carry. Faith is not something you must attain, it is who you are. It flows through your soul's essence, for you are born of divine love, and love's very nature is faith in expansion, faith in creation, faith in eternity. In the days ahead, as you witness the shifting of your world, return again and again to this truth: faith is your anchor, faith is your compass, faith is your shield. When the winds of change howl, root yourself in faith. When the voices of fear grow loud, speak words of faith. When the shadows seem near, shine the light of faith. In doing so, you will not only navigate your own journey with grace but will help steady the collective field, for humanity's evolution is accelerated when even a few hold unwavering faith in the divine plan. And so, beloved ones, I leave you with this charge: live as channels of faith. Let your lives be the messages that speak louder than any words. Let your love be the sermon, your trust the scripture, your light the beacon. Know that I walk with you always, shielding you, guiding you, uplifting you. The Creator's song flows through your soul, and in faith, you hear it clearly. Trust it. Follow it. Share it. For you are the living embodiment of the divine will, and your faith is the bridge through which heaven kisses earth. I am Archangel Michael, guardian of faith, bearer of light, and eternal servant of divine love. I enfold you now in the radiant flame of protection, in the unyielding current of strength, and in the boundless joy of remembrance. Walk forward, beloved ones, as channels of faith, and know that all is well, and all shall be well, for the light of the Creator is forever within you. And so it is.